Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you the solution of some SAT math questions which are related with algebra. Before starting the video, don't forget to subscribe my channel and like the video. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to ask. You can share your opinions with me, leaving the comments. So let's get started. And I also want to mention that it's advisable to try to do each of the questions firstly on your own. If you have a problem, you can watch the solution way of it. So the first one, the farmer's market usually sells potatoes for $3.90 per pound. On Fridays, it sells the potatoes at a 30% discount. The market also sells cantaloupes for $3.50 each. Which of the following represent the total cost C if a customer buys 2 cantaloupes and p pounds of the potatoes on a Friday? So based on the condition of this question, there is a 30% discount on Fridays. That's why if a customer buys the potatoes on Fridays, this person will pay 70% of the casual cost. So it will be equivalent to the 70% of the number 0.90. It's also equivalent to 0.90 times 0.7. and that's equal to 0.63. So if a customer buy p pounds of the potatoes, then the price of the p pounds of the potatoes will be equivalent to 0.63 times p, and the cantaloupes price is equivalent to $3.50 each. So 2 cantaloupes price will be equivalent to 2 times 3.50. Then we get the total cost C as the sum of these numbers. So this is equivalent to 0.63p plus 7. So the correct answer is A. The next question, what's the value of y? We see the system of the equations and we must solve it to find the value of the y. And if we look at the system of these equations, the coefficients of the variables x and y are the fractional numbers and it makes difficult to work on them. That's why let's try clear these fractions. So for that reason, let's multiply both sides of the first equation by 15. Then we will get that 3 times x plus 5 times y is equivalent to 21. And let's multiply both sides of the second equation by 7. Then we will get that 3 times x plus 28 times y is equivalent to 21. So if we subtract the second equation from the first one, we will get that 23y is equivalent to 0. And divide both sides of this equation by 23, we get that y is equivalent to 0. So the correct answer is 0. The third question, this table shows some values of the linear function f. What's the value of f of 5? So to find the value of the f of 5, first let's try to write the equation of this linear function. And we know the equations of the linear functions is in the following form. F of x is equivalent to m times x plus b, and in this equation m shows the slope and b is the y-intercept. So if we substitute x by 0, we get that f of 0 is equivalent to b. And if you look at the table, we know f of 0 is equivalent to -3. So the value of b is equivalent to -3. And let's use another coordinates of the point to find the value of m. Let's write f of -2 is equivalent to -2 times m minus 3. That's equivalent to -2 times 5. So if we add 3 both sides of this equation, we will get that -2 times m is equivalent to 1/2. And divide both sides of this equation by -2, we get that the value of m is equivalent to -1/4. So the equation will be equivalent to f of x is equivalent to -1/4 times x minus 3. And to find the value of f of 5, let's substitute x by 5. Then we get that f of y is equivalent to negative 5 over 4 minus 3. That's equivalent to negative 17 over 4. This is our answer. So the first question, which value of x make the equation true? So to find the value of x, let's multiply both sides of this equation by 2. Then we will get 3 times x plus 7 is equivalent to 12. And divide both sides of this equation by 3. We get x plus y is equivalent to 4. Let's substitute. Let's subtract 7 from both sides of this equation. Then we get x is equivalent to negative 3. So the correct answer is B. Then the fifth question, if the values in the table represent a linear relationship, what's the missing value? So there is a linear relationship. That's why we can write y is equivalent to m times x plus b. And let's use the coordinates of the points to find the value of m and b. And if we look at the table, we will see that when the value of x is equal to 0, the value of y is equivalent to 8. So that's why the value of b will be equivalent to 8. And let's use the coordinates of 2 points to find the value of m. We know the slope of any straight line can be found using this formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's use the coordinates of 2 points and substitute these numbers into the place of y1, y2 and x1, x2 to find the value of m. So let's choose these 2 points. Then we can write 8 minus 11 over 0 minus negative 9. This is equivalent to negative 3 over 9. That's equal to negative 1 over 3. So the equation will be equivalent to y is equivalent to negative 1 over 3 times x plus 8. So if we look at the table again, the missing value will be equivalent to negative 1 over 3 times 9 plus 8. That's equal to 5. So the correct answer is A. The next question, the shaded region on the graph shows the solution for a system of inequalities. Which of the following is the system of the inequalities depicted on the graph? So first let's try to find the equations of each of these straight lines, both solid one and the dot one. So if you look at this straight line, the solid one's y-intercept is equivalent to 4. That's why its equation will be equivalent to m times x plus 4. And if we look at again there, we will see that this straight line is passing through the points 1 and 2. And let's substitute these numbers into the place of x and y to find the value of m. So we get that 2 is equivalent to m plus 4 and m is equivalent to negative 2. So the equation of the solid line will be equivalent to y is equal to negative 2 times x plus 4. And if you look at the graph, we will see that the shaded region is below on the solid straight line. That's why we get that y is less than or equal to negative 2 times x plus 4. So we can also write it like y plus 2 times x is less than or equal to 4. So now let's try to derive the equation of the dot straight line. And we can see that the straight line is passing through the point negative 4 and 0, and also the point 1 and 2. So to find the value of m, let's use this formula. M is equivalent to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we substitute these numbers, we will get that 0 minus 2 is equivalent to negative 4 minus 1. So we get that negative 2 over negative 5, that's equivalent to 2 over 5. So let's write y is equivalent to 2 over 5 times x plus b. And let's substitute the coordinates of this point into the place of x and y. Then we get 2 is equivalent to 2 over 5 times 1 plus b. And from this equation, we can write that b is equivalent to 2 minus 2 over 5. That's equivalent to 8 over 5. So the equation will be equivalent to y is equal to 2 over 5 times x plus 8 over 5. Let's multiply both sides of this equation by 5. We will get 5 times y is equivalent to 2 times x plus 8. Or 5 times y minus 2 times x is equivalent to 8. And we see that the shaded region is above on the dot straight line. That's why its equation will be equivalent to 5 times y minus 2 times x is greater than 8. So the correct answer is the union of these inequalities, and we get the correct answer as C. Then next question, which of the following describes the value of x that satisfies the system of the inequalities? So let's look at the inequalities. From the second inequality, we can write if we subtract 3 times y from both sides of this inequality, we will get that 8 times y minus 3 times y is greater than 20. And from this inequality, we can write 5 times y is greater than 20, and let's divide both sides of this inequality by 5. We will get y is greater than 4. And from the first inequality, we can write 4 times x is greater than y plus 8. And from this inequality, we get, using this inequality, we get 4 times x is greater than 4 plus 8. And 4 times x is greater than 12. Let's divide both sides of this inequality by 4. Then we get x is greater than 3. So the correct answer is A. Next question, if the system of the equations has no solution, what's the value of A? So based on the condition of this question, the system has no solution. And we know if the system has no solution, then the ratio of the coefficients x is equivalent to the ratio of the coefficients y, that is different from the ratio of the constant terms. So using this equation, we get that A is equivalent to 2 times 9 over 6, and this is equivalent to 3. So the correct answer is D. Next question, what's the value of 6 times x minus 10 times y? So to find it, firstly, let's write that 2 times x minus 3 times y is equivalent to negative 10. And let's move 7 times y to the right side of this equation. We will get 5 is equivalent to 4 times x minus 7 times y. So we can also write it like 4 times x minus 7 times y is equivalent to 5. And let's add these equations together. Then we will get 6 times x minus 10 times y is equivalent to negative 5. So the correct answer is B. And the last question, what's the value of g of 4? To find the value of the g of 4, let's substitute 4 in the place of x in this equation. We will get g of 4 is equivalent to 3 minus f of 4. So from this equation, we can easily see that firstly we must find the value of f of 4, and that's why let's substitute 4 in the place of the first equation. We will get f of 4 is equivalent to 2 times 4 minus 1. That's equal to 7. So we get g of 4 is equivalent to 3 minus 7. That's equivalent to negative 4. So the correct answer is negative 4. So thank you for your watching and see you on the next videos.